Hey yo, we're back. It's kind of been a long time, but y'all don't know that.
We've been stressed.
We just been plotting.
Yeah, really, that's about it. But it's the iLLMedia podcast, episode whatever, six,
Seven.
seven,
I think it's seven.
might be like coming out like after episode whatever because I didn't drop the other two.
Yeah, episode 6. I'm slacking, but it's okay. The content's being made.
We both
We're
are.
just trying to we don't want to be broke no more. And we also we just want things to be consistent. We want things to be good.
We're not broke, but like we're
Right.
treating ourselves out like we're like dirt
We're,
broke.
we're staying down until we come all the way up.
We're in the slums in our head mentally.
And that's where you guys need to stay. That's why you guys can't save money, because you don't know how to live. Just put yourselves down. Again, stay down.
Go ahead,
till you
wait,
come
let
up.
it out. You was talking about the pump faking, just
Pump
let it out.
faking, yeah, all right. So, because Adachi made a lot of notes, so he has a lot of things that he wants to go over. Me recently, things have been good. It's been cool. Since the beginning of the new year, things have been great. People, pulling up and getting booked. I'm doing okay. I've been able to save money. Things are good. And I'm not necessarily as mad as I would be about this on the normal because I am making money. But y'all gotta stop pump faking on things.
Explain the pump faking to the people that don't
Pump
know.
fake is like, all right, there's basic inquiring. How much is this? I'm thinking about, getting it. I get it. Like, you're shopping. I'm thinking, not every store that you walk into, you're going to walk out and buy something. I get that. That's cool. But I'll have heads hit my phone about a session and be like, all right, I want to lock in at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. So from there, I'm going to, if I don't have your number, send you my number so we can text. I can send you the location. You can Apple Pay me for a deposit, or we can just make sure to deposit. Like, that's the next step to lock that in all the way. But heads will give me a time and then disappear.
Give him a time, text him, blow up his phone, get him
Call
the
me
beats.
and make sure, and then all of a sudden I don't hear from you.
Yo, I'm on this key today, like everything.
Nah, so it's just I don't know. It's just stop pump faking, or just communicate, because I get that things happen, and maybe for whatever reason you thought you could slide. Everybody's life different. Like me, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do, I'm literally going to do it. I don't ever, and I'll let you know if it's going to fall through or whatever. But if I say we're meeting and we're doing something, we're meeting and we're doing something. Other people's lives are more hectic. Things go on. So I get that, but communicate that with me.
Yeah, because after 3 times, it's kind of like, all right, but
Nah, I don't want to. I'm not trying to answer the phone for you no more because you're on bullshit.
Because why go through that trouble? Especially the day of people that try and book you. The day of people that try and book
because
you.
the mic is mad in your face. You can't even see your
Can't
face.
even see my face.
Slide over.
Oh, man.
We on this couch. Slide over.
Yeah, we're having some mic stand issues.
We're trying to get this set up right. Again.
But we got the 6K out here.
We got the 6K.
We got the
We're
6K.
just doing things.
But back to the people that hit you up the day of for a session.
Yes.
Sometimes it's cool, if you come right, it's cool. Some other times, some people just...
It's like you be playing. Because, again, even if I don't get, a deposit, I might not be doing anything. But, at the same time, too, you're, playing with my mind that there's a potential to make some bread. So, I'm going to prioritize that because that's the kind of dude I am. I want to, make some bread.
Dump all your other plans for the day.
So, it's, not even, I might not have plans, but, I might not go do something that I would want to do with that time if I didn't have anything on my plate. So, y'all are, putting things in my face that aren't actually happening. So therefore I just sat and wasted some time. Now again, I don't get as angry about it now as I would any other time because I'm making some money.
What if
it's
good?
Okay. I'm not hurting for it. But there be times where I need that bread and y'all are just playing in my face.
It'll get some more wires, it'll get something. It's just or get an SSD that he still hasn't even copped yet. It's just it ruins a lot.
Yes.
Ruins a lot.
So, you know what I mean? That's besides the point. But even the same with Adachi. Right now, there's a lot of pump faking going on. People are just inquiring.
There's always pump faking though. I was just having that conversation with our agent, David. He's seeing a lot of people quit in the photography world, and it's because they're not allowing themselves to grow and go through all the trials and tribulations. There are people, even our parents still go through it, they're still learning, they're still growing, they're still processing. Just because you're older doesn't mean that you know everything. You're just a little bit wiser. That's about it.
Learning process.
But as a photographer, when you're first starting out, And you know, your first 3 months you might whatever shoot for free, 6 months, whatever, your first year. Even after that first year, as a photographer, a videographer, if you're getting upset that people are still pump faking you and people aren't signing contracts because you haven't made one or put the time in to even have a little simple agreement,
Right.
something, anything, you have to remember like it's your fault at the end of the day. It really is. You have to accept it. You have to move on with it and learn from your
And it's
mistakes.
also part of business too. Like I said, I ain't gonna put the blame all the way on you unless like there's just certain things like you're really not collecting deposits. It's just like people will pump fake on me. Like I'm gonna ask for a deposit. You know what I mean? That's part of the process. But sometimes people will put a time on it and this, that, and the third. And before I can even prompt for a deposit or get to that part, they're just gone. So therefore, like I mean, it's like I guess it's not happening.
Yeah.
But again, like I said earlier, and especially too, is like we're running businesses that don't have storefronts, so people can't just walk in and look and leave. But technically, it does happen when people be like, "Yo, bro, like I'm trying to do this." And then it just falls through or whatever, or like I'm thinking about doing this. When are you available for that? You know,
Yeah, I've rarely had people, I think maybe once. See, if I can't think of it, it probably has not happened. I
mhm.
don't believe I've ever had anybody pump fake that gave me a deposit because like they
Oh
paid
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
That I don't think that ever
Yeah,
happens.
they
That doesn't
paid for
happen
it,
once
and
the bread's up. But
they
that's why
locked
we
in.
ask for a deposit because that creates a commitment.
Yeah,
You feel me? So it's just like I don't know when pump faking happens. I I just get disappointed because again, I know I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna move that way. So when I see somebody else is moving that way, I just get kind of upset and disappointed in them. Because you know, again, like if this is something that you really want to do, take it serious. Like if you're having doubts or like I don't know other people's lives. I don't know what you got going on. So I don't know what might have came up that was more of a priority than what you said you were going to do. But you know, it's just like again, reconsider.
yeah. If you're gonna do it serious, take it serious.
Yes, just think
But yeah,
about it.
back to the whole people not allowing themselves enough time to grow and learn things.
Yes, because it's
You're
gonna
only
get
six
ugly.
months in.
Hmm.
You're a year. Some of my closest friends that picked up a camera like a year or two ago, the issues I deal with still to this day is just like they're still dealing with that. And I've learned from those issues, like this happens. All right, I just will approach it this way. Oh, I gotta adjust this on the contract. I'm still doing that. Some people won't even take the step of writing out the contract or some type of agreement or even setting an invoice with an agreement on there. This is the service that you're paying for. This is what you're getting. And they're putting themselves in a hole. And they call me and it's just like, bro, I need some help. And I tell them the same thing over and over and over again. You have to have contracts. Just lock it in with somebody. It's really not that hard and it saves you so much time and energy and stress, especially. That's how you get burnt out faster. But if you've only been doing this for 6 months to a year, 2 years, you haven't been doing it for long at
Right.
all. Like you are in the very beginning of this entire process. You have a lot more to learn. As myself, even Wink with his producing, there's always more to learn.
Right.
You have to treat yourself as a student to the game.
I mean, that's a
Always.
lifelong process. Learning is a lifelong process. You mentioned burnout. We'll get to that. Um, but yeah, so it's just like when you can't be discouraged by the ups and downs of it because it's going to happen. Because you know, and again, if you want to commit to doing something like this and becoming a freelance or just pursuing some type of creative path or really anything, opening your own business, whatever, like you are going to have to go through whatever little pain and suffering comes with it because it's going to happen.
Even the people that made it still, I still see them complaining and bitching and tweeting
Yeah,
and
and there's a lot of things that they
everything.
might have gone through that we don't see. You know what I mean? There's probably, you know, again, like we have this platform, we try to voice our discrepancies and things like that that we, you know, come across just to keep it real. Because I'm sure from the outside looking in, like people think it's cool. Whatever we got going on is always cool. And it isn't. Like, again, it's always an uphill climb, it's always a learning process every day. So that's just what it's going to be. As soon as you commit to doing something, whether you want to be the artist or you want to be the person behind the scenes, it's going to be trials and
As an
tribulations.
artist too, you have to learn how to be neutral. Like me, I just whatever is going on, whatever bad situation is, even if people don't want to abide by this, or they want to act this way, or they want to be rude, I just remain neutral. I let
Right.
it go because it's only temporary. Especially if you're in a drought right now or whatever you're going through, it's only temporary. It's not going to last forever. You
Right.
have
It
to
will get
also remember that.
frustrating. But I mean, on to, I guess, just with experience and doing these things, because it can be an everyday grind. And It's you can go 25/8 if you really wanted to, but life might force you to sit down, and it probably will, which you can call that burnout. As a creative, trying to like just push yourself to create certain things, and you get to the point where you can't do it no more. You don't want to do it no more. It's becoming like pulling teeth. Burnout can manifest itself in many different ways. You can actually get physically sick, you know what I mean, or just like mentally just exhausted, whatever.
Facts.
So again, when you're on that type of grind where you're not clocking in for anything, you have to make something shake every day. Um, Set some time aside, to kind of relax your mind, take, yourself off of whatever, take your foot off the gas for a moment. If anything, allow it to coast, allow it to simmer,
What's
whatever.
that word called when you feel guilty for taking time off and not doing anything or being creative? I feel like there's a
I
world
mean,
for
I don't
it.
know. I guess we'll just use guilt, or you know what I mean. Don't.
Yeah, people feel guilty for not. That's me completely.
Yeah,
I feel that.
it that way too.
He, especially him, I have to tell him to like, yo, it's late at night. Relax. Like Euphoria's on. Let's
I
watch
don't watch
Bel Air.
those shows. I like to watch. There's a couple shows. Bel Air's on. I'm watching that.
The only
Kanye
time-
documentary. We sit down. We watch that.
I've only ever seen you willingly turn on a TV and watch it is to yell at what's his name on the Celtics.
Oh, I'm not yelling at Robert Williams. I'm hype about Robert.
I know.
'Cause Robert Williams is a dog, so like I'm
But
hyped
that's the
for him.
only time I ever Robert Williams
Because Robert's that guy, yo. Like Robert is
I've seen
future
you,
defensive player.
He's on
of the
his
year.
like
If he isn't,
he's
that's
on
a
his third
travesty.
chair of this year because of Robert Williams. He's
Yo
breaking
said third
chairs.
chair.
He's
Not
breaking
at all.
chairs
I've had
because
this
of how
chair
hype
for
he
3
is.
years. That's
guys-
the only thing.
you
Third
guys are
about this
voting on
chair
my
is the
story.
year that I've had it.
Seeing how many times he's yelling throughout the day, you think it's cat.
I'm a passionate person. When the documentary comes out, you're gonna see it. But then you're gonna see where it led, and you're gonna realize it made sense. And somebody gotta have this energy and this passion.
Somebody, because
You
I'm
know.
I'm remaining neutral.
I'm still neutral, for the most part. Again, I don't take it out on people. Again, that's
He
why I'm
doesn't.
in
He
my
doesn't.
crib.
That's
I'm
right.
not
He
out in
doesn't.
public yelling. I'm in my crib, in my space, my safe place, where I can let things out here. You know,
Yeah, I know.
whatever. You feel me?
But feeling burnt out is not good. I've been felt burnt out, but I
Yeah.
feel like I don't have a choice to go back and relax at this point. Everything is just the page is turning
it's
every
small
day.
rest. It's little rest.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm
like
trying to prioritize sleep as of right now.
yeah, but we're also trying to get up early. You know what I mean?
Not go to bed late.
Yeah, but if I gotta go to bed late, I'm still up at 8 a.m. Like my alarm's going off at 8 a.m. I'm up. I'm trying to be up between 8 and 9, and by 9 o'clock we're in the gym. Like it's just gotta be the lifestyle at this point. And again, we're staying down, grinding like this with young men.
It all went downhill after my birthday. That's what happened.
Yes, yeah. It kind of did, and that's the thing. It was a culmination. We have been moving and shaking and doing things, and he was doing a lot of traveling. So like it happens. Like more so, again, there's macro and micro to everything. Burnout can happen in huge, fallouts where like you really like again are really sick or
You're
just
dealing
tired.
with existential, creative
things.
stuff,
Yeah, so
like life stuff.
It gets bad. Recently, I know when I'm pushing myself and like I'm just up onto the next, onto the next, onto the next. I usually end the day in a headache, and that's how I know like I've pushed it to like the brink. And
Got to stay hydrated.
right. So
Have got to.
you kind of neglect yourself again. And burnout, it just manifests. You can kind of prevent it and try to, what's the word? Delay it from like the onset of it by taking care of yourself physically and good nutrition, making sure you eat and whatnot. But like when you're on the go, there's days where like I'm moving, I don't even get to eat, and then I'm DJing, and
Just
they
cry
just
it
be
out.
trying to give me alcohol, and I'm over here sipping drinks, and like I haven't had any food. You feel me? And
No food. You haven't had anybody to talk to for the day. You got to just cry it out in your car afterwards after you get paid. You
I
gotta
just
cry
sit
it out.
down. I'm
You gotta
not
just cry.
crying. It's like because there's nothing to cry
You
about.
gotta
I just got
cry it
paid,
out.
but
Hey,
like
it's all right. It's all right, Wink. We don't have to be strong anymore. It's a new generation, new
however,
rules.
see,
You can
we'll
cry
talk
it
about
out.
crying later and emotional letting that out. You feel me? Because it's okay. Because it's a lot better than letting your frustrations out on other people or other things, or just like in public letting people see that come out. It manifests itself in different ways. So we can talk about healthy practices on just like letting the stress out. But regardless, it gets like that.
Yeah, it definitely does. I wanted to touch on. I saw this a few weeks ago, probably like 2 months ago, but it was some directors complaining about how there's VFX on a whole bunch of these videos, and some directors were just like agreeing, like very few of them, but most of them were just saying, if you can't edit, then just say that. And that's how I feel. If you can't edit, then just say that, because it does take a lot of time and effort, and you're wondering how we're pumping these out so quickly, so heavily.
It blows my mind, to be honest.
Cause that's somewhat saying it. How could you relate that to producing? Because how do you say that about, it's art? It doesn't make sense. I mean, I've seen it a few times, but it's a very few small group of people. Obviously, there's stuff that's going to be cinematic that doesn't need effects.
Right.
There's going to be some stuff that doesn't need transitions. There's going to be stuff that some people want. Some people come to me and they don't even want anything cinematic. They're like, Adachi, just do what you do. Make it fire from just this one location. And that's fine. I hate when people say, oh, you made that video when the song's bad. A, like, unless they're in my camp, I really don't care. B, if you feel that strongly about the song, go tell that person. Because again, I don't care what you're thinking about the song. All I care about is how fire my work is. And 9 out of 10 times, you don't make any better music anyway. And that's no disrespect. But everybody that wants to say that to me is kind of wild, because you haven't even invested into your music career. So that's where that's coming from. I don't know what letter we're on. But again, you don't know if that person made 2 videos before they shot with me. Maybe they wanted to get a nice hype train with a fire video with fire effects, pump it out, boom, they have that with me. Then they have 2 other cinematic pieces. You never know. So it's really like, shut the fuck up, to be honest with you. Straight up, because I get it every day. Unless you're on my team, unless you're on Before the World Ends, really not caring what you're saying.
I mean, opinion, but that's another thing. We're creatives, so we make things and put them out for the world to see.
Yeah.
Everybody has their opinions. Everybody, you know what I mean, whatever, and they all stink. What they say, I can't remember.
I would love to hop in the studio with some people and really just, like how I do with my boy in Pittsburgh. I hear something he has. We're going to shoot a video to it. Would you mind if I touch it up with you? And he's been making music. I don't make music, but I'm showing him stuff. I'm like, yo, why don't you just copy this entire sequence of what you did here? Just copy it next to it, so we have that version, instead of opening a new project. There's things like that people don't think about. That's what I do in editing. You just have to build pieces in different ways. So, hey, why don't you cut this out here? Oh, add this drum here. Oh, why don't we do a low pass here? Do a little pitch shifter. Why, things like that. I want to get into more so, but other than that, I really don't. People tell that to me like, oh, this person, if you feel that strong, go tell them. I would love for you to go tell them.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a difference between giving suggestions creatively while something's being made versus when it's already done. Because at that point, you're just letting out air.
They heard this art. Some people heard this R&B song.
And like, if you're not in the studio, like if you're not even going to be, I don't know. It is what it is.
Some rappers will hear an R&B song I worked on, and they were like, oh, that video is weak because there's no effects. It's like, it's an R&B video.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what people be expecting. Again, that's why I don't really care about the hoorah or hoopla. Like, unless somebody has some real creative feedback or just something critical or constructive to hear, like, you know what I mean? Because again, like, I want to always get better. I always want to improve. And, like, I have people around me to, hopefully be honest with me, and I'm honest with myself.
It's never that with me. It's never that. It's just, yo, the video was great. That person sucks. Or the song was great. And that's it. That's not telling me that person's song sucks, but you did a great job is not constructive criticism. It's really just you annoying me.
Again,
go tell that person.
Yeah, people would just be letting the air out. It's hot air. Everything's hot air. So I don't know. And that's the thing, is it gets us frustrated. But like, again, that's why we said earlier, just remain neutral, whatever, because you're going to hear it. If you're a creator, you're going to hear it.
Had to let that out.
But like, a lot of other people, there be hotheads that's ready to go back and forth with people about stuff. And it's just like, you're a creative, bro. You're putting things out. So people are going to have something to say. Like, that's literally it. So, unless somebody says something really like wild out of pocket, if it's something that you can't do anything with the information they're giving, it is
take it with a grain of salt, yeah.
Grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
Only time I ever go and look for opinions or ask is the people that have been doing it longer than I have. It's the only time I ever really go ask for visual editing opinions.
And Pharrell said something dope in the Kanye documentary earlier too, is like, because Kanye is getting all this validation from people that he looks up to, and he's already stamped himself and stuff like that. And Pharrell hears Through the Wire for the first time and it's like, yo, that was fire, like that was incredible, da 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 da. And he was just like kind of speaking on complacency, and there's a lot of people he sees potential in them becoming complacent. He didn't see that in Kanye, which obviously Kanye was never complacent, like hindsight's 2020. But he said, have doubt for yourself, even now, like after this has happened and you've created this and people are giving you all this feedback. And Pharrell, who was one of the hottest producers at the time as well, was like, yo, you're one of my favorite artists and I've only heard like 2 of your songs. He told him to like continue to doubt yourself even as you continue to ascend, like, because that doubt is what and it's like a healthy doubt. I knew what he meant when he said it. It sounds crazy like when I'm saying it for whatever reason, but when I heard Pharrell say it, it made sense. Like there's just a healthy amount of doubt that you can have for yourself that will continue to make you push. So like even when Pharrell tells you you're dope, I don't know, it could be better.
Yeah,
and
he's just being nice. He's just being nice. You got to think of it like that.
And that's always in my mind. Like I've had a lot of people, tell me things are good and like that's cool or whatever. And like I'm waiting for more people that I kind of would feel more validation from saying things. But at the same time, even when they say that, it's still, there's not going to be any complacency. So I thought that was pretty dope.
There should never be any complacency.
I
gotta look at creativity as if there's like, we're here and we're on this creative path. So there's 4 doors in front of us. We go through one door, he goes through another door. My door has 2 doors. I go through one door and that door leads to 8 doors. And I go through one door, but that door is closed. I have to go back. I have 7 more doors to go through. I have to go see what's up with all 7. Now, remember previously I had however many doors. And that's kind of how my creative mind and process works. I feel like that's how everybody does. That's kind of like a visual audio.
It's just multiple ways you can go about things, and you know what I mean. Again, I guess what you were saying is you're gonna open some doors and it'll lead to a wall.
And that's okay,
and that's all right. You just backtrack, try the other path, and there's gonna be a path that'll take you all the way to the end.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Whatever flows easiest.
And you have to be very calm while opening those doors. If it's bad, if it's good, you gotta just.
I don't know. It's really more so forcing stuff. Like we talking about burning out and creativity, and I think you were also like type asking just like as a producer how that kind of works, because I know watching y'all edit and there's songs that might not have too much substance, and like y'all the video might not have much to do with the actual song itself. So now you kind of just have to make something shake and find inspiration from that. And I'm just like, I don't know how y'all can make all these different decisions while editing and just try to make something out of nothing. Like, to me,
a lot of videos a lot of people's videos look the same. I take super big pride in mine for everybody's video looking different, having a different color or aesthetic to it. Everybody's looks different. Even your beats, not every beat has the same. I remember Kanye dropped something. I don't know if it was a song with Alicia Keys. I might be wrong. Someone said it was like off the grid, just with Alicia Keys on there. Oh. And some type of, they heard like, I don't know, wanted to beat or something. I might be talking on my ass. I don't know. But someone said something. I'm like, oh, that's, I've used the same location twice for videos. You wouldn't know though.
Yeah, there's just different ways. You can take the same thing. I've taken the same sample and flipped it a few different ways. You know what I mean? Like,
some people are so lazy when they do that though. Like they just don't even stop walking. Like, jump a little bit, hop, skip, roll around, forward roll towards it. Approach your art in different ways.
Is your phone on the couch too?
Yeah, my phone.
That's the one. But like, I don't know why the buzzing is coming from my right. If it's coming,
it's that
from
13 Pro Max. You feel me?
My phone is ringing. Yo, my goodness.
This has been the iLLMedia podcast. We hope y'all have a great day.
Yeah, man.
Signing out.
Just stay cool.
Look,
stay
see,
positive.
He was yelling.
Yeah, like, cause it's just getting me tight. Like this, like all of a sudden, you feel me? Like I'm looking at my phone, nothing's happening, and then I look at my phone and it's like 3 different notifications at once.
It's great. This is our life.
It is what it is. Again, it's iLLWink. It's a beautiful day in Atlanta, Georgia.
iLLMedia.
East side. You feel me? Peace, y'all.
Peace.